Alright guys, we've got a massive Nintendo Switch RPG news to go over. Next gen Nintendo Switch stuff. It is heating up when it comes to what is happening here. We're going to be talking about Monolith Soft's major next game. A big AAA title that could be coming as well to a Nintendo platform. Castlevania and more with Nintendo's next gen tech. But before we get into any of that, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get the best Nintendo Switch and RPG news on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it here, starting off with the big next Monolith Soft title. They are gearing up for something incredible, and this update is going to make all of my Xenoblade / Monolith Soft fans smile here, because Mr. Kenji Hiramatsu, one of the main composers of the Xenoblade Chronicles series, has outright stated it is time for something new and something fresh. Now, this man, who's a legend in his own right, has worked on the franchise since the beginning. He has worked on some of the greatest tracks that's pretty sure to kind of like make the hair on your arm rise up if you got it there, give you goosebumps. Engage the enemy, you will know our names. Counterattack, you will recall our names, you will know our names. Finale. This guy is legendary. Engage the enemy is one of the greatest tracks. You will know our names. Counterattack, oh my goodness. I don't even know which music to play for you guys when this whole video is being put out, but we're gonna maybe have a mix of those. Engage the Enemy is a song or a track that I listen to almost daily when I'm working out. So this is very interesting to hear what he has to say, because it's something new, it's something fresh. We know Monolith Soft is already hard at work, or have been hard at work, on their next big game for a number of years now. Hiramatsu's comments come from a booklet that was included in the new Xenoblade Chronicles original soundtrack Trinity box. Reflecting on his work, he feels that he used all of his energy for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but the release of the soundtracks will become another source of inspiration. He also feels that it's time for a fresh start, like we talked about here, and given how the series has reached one point of closure. So, man, it's really cool to hear all of this. I want to go over his direct quotes. Each time I worked on the music of the Xenoblade Chronicles series, I steadily looked for and drew out new sources of creativity within me to ensure that my music did not get overshadowed by the world of the game. I wanted it to have unprecedented brilliance. Although there were many struggles, I took on the challenge with all my might and somehow reached the end. Like an RPG, the Xenoblade Chronicles series helped me grow immensely. Looking back at the past 3 games, I feel that time has flown by. However, taking part in a series loved even now by many throughout the world and overcoming many hurdles have become a precious treasure to me as a composer. I also treasure the many thoughts and feelings I have received from the fans about my music. These treasures are an important driving force in helping me take on the next challenge. To be honest, after completely using up all my energy working on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I feel a little weak, but I think sharing this soundtrack with everyone will become another source of inspiration. Now that the series has reached one point of closure, it's time for a fresh start. I wonder what kind of sources of creativity I'll find in the future. I hope everyone's looking forward to it. So this is awesome. I can't wait to see what Monolith Soft does next. I think that they will reveal, Nintendo and Monolith Soft will reveal the next big Monolith Soft title at Nintendo's next gen reveal or presentation or whatever they do. I think it will be there, and I think it will be a game that comes up within the first year or two of the Nintendo Switch 2, the next gen Switch's life. So I cannot wait to see the inspiration and the talents and what they do, because Monolith Soft is my favorite developer at Nintendo, and they have made just incredible games for the past decade plus. Now, let's get into this next topic here, because going from one big JRPG series to a big Western RPG series, and that is Larian Studios with their game Baldur's Gate 3. Will there be a Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game, well, it seems like that could absolutely happen. Now, the most recent information comes from a certain individual, writes xfire.com. Now, this individual is Etsushi Izuka. Now, the longtime Nintendo employee who has worked on a handful of big third-party Nintendo games since 2001. So we're talking about 2 decades plus here. He's been working on these third-party games with other developers. This includes everything from Disney Illusion Island to Dragon Quest VIII's remake on the Nintendo 3DS. So his name does carry some pretty big weight. And he had a special message in the game Baldur's Gate 3 to this specific Nintendo employee. It was under special thanks. It was just a mysteriously credited special thanks to this one Nintendo employee. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 fans are starting to go wild with this. It's starting to spread on the internet. Why would his name be a special thanks? What is going on here with that? This connection could connect Baldur's Gate 3 to the next Nintendo Switch. And people are pointing to Larian's Divinity Original Sin 2, which was developed by them, and that ended up getting ported to the Nintendo Switch, which they did talk about how that was one of the most difficult ports that they could do, just because obviously you have a big spec difference between the Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch. So this could absolutely mean that Baldur's Gate 3 is coming over, or it just could be a nod for all their work and help with Divinity Original Sin 2 and getting that on the Switch, but it just seems weird that he would be in there. Maybe it's happening. Now, what we've heard when it comes down to it, much better, obviously, than the Nintendo Switch, and can be comparable when it comes to certain games with the PlayStation 5, with the use of a exclusive technology called DLSS, which we will get into later in this video. So if you have a system that has power around what we see with Xbox and PlayStation, PS4, Xbox One, and then you have DLSS that reduces and lightens the load on the GPU and CPU and allows you to get better frame rate, better performance, and look better as well. That's what the DLSS technology does. I absolutely see them porting over Baldur's Gate 3 to the Nintendo Switch 2. They went over hell and back porting over Divinity Original Sin 2 to the Nintendo Switch, and that was financially successful. If the Nintendo Switch 2 is a much easier, stronger system to work with, why not port over Baldur's Gate 3 and make a bunch of extra money like you made a bunch of extra money with Divinity Original Sin 2 on the Nintendo Switch? That's kind of what's going on there. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. But speaking of more leaks or interesting games to be coming over, it seems like we could be getting an announcement of a new Castlevania game at the Xbox Tokyo Game Show event that's going down this week. Billy Bill Kun, who seems to have some deep connections when it comes to knowing what's happening with all things Castlevania and in the gaming industry, has teased fans via Twitter/X that they should tune in to the Xbox event at this week's Tokyo Game Show. The showcase is going down Thursday, September 21st at 2 a.m. PDT, 10 a.m. UK time. That is 5 a.m. Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight Time. Goodness gracious, 2 a.m. Should I stay up to stream that? But anyway, we haven't heard anything about Castlevania in a very long time. But apparently, according to this, you see the eyes emoji, you see the tweet, Belmont, you see the joystick, you see Ladybird, you see the controller, hashtag Xbox. So it looks like something is going down. I wouldn't expect it to be some type of exclusive. I'm guessing they just want to reveal it and there might be a Game Pass deal with a new Castlevania game, or it could be just old Castlevania games coming over to Xbox. They could announce that they're doing a DS collection of those games, those 3 games, and it's coming to Xbox on Game Pass. They could announce the Rondo of Blood, Symphony of the Night, that's coming over. But it seems like there could be something new. So something Castlevania at this event. So now I have to stay up till 2 a.m. plus this Thursday to see what's going to happen, because I don't want to go to sleep and then be super late on the news and not know. So thanks a lot, Microsoft, for having an event at 2 a.m. But it's Tokyo Game Show. Of course it's going to be like at 2 a.m. It's in Tokyo. So interesting to see what happens there. I'm hoping that it's a cool new 2D Castlevania game. Some people want 3D. Give me an incredible Metroid Dread style 2D Castlevania game. Give me that over a 3D game any day of the week. Now, next up, and the last story here. This one is incredibly interesting. DocTrey81, one of the old school Nintendo content creators, just content creators in general. Fantastic channel. Make sure you guys all go subscribe to his channel. I'll have a link for it in the description below. He made a video talking about Nintendo confirming DLSS for the Nintendo Switch 2. And in his video, make sure you guys go watch it. But in his video, I will kind of shorten things down a bit. He showed a listing from Nintendo of America careers. And in this listing in Redmond, Washington, I was just there actually. Washington's awesome. It's a fantastic city. Loved it when it comes to the Nintendo Live event. But they have this job listing, and in the job listing, you can clearly see here that they need someone that knows how to use DLSS. They say, we at Nintendo are looking for a data engineer to help with integration of machine learning technologies on low power embedded platforms. You'll be working at the intersection of machine learning interface engines and embedded systems facing challenges that stem from processing and memory constraints and a power budget. Tasks include, but are not limited to, porting of machine learning frameworks to embedded platforms, evaluating and benchmarking of machine learning hardware solutions, selection and optimization of machine learning models to fit power, memory, and CPU budgets. So this is something here that clearly shows when it comes to machine learning, that's what DLSS is, that they are looking for someone there. And you pretty much see it here when it comes down to the job listing. And DocTrey pretty much states that this right here is a confirmation of it. I mean, we kind of already knew based off of all of the rumors from very credible sources like Eurogamer and VGC that have came out and stated they have direct sources that talk about DLSS, but this is just more kind of like on Nintendo's side confirming the DLSS and what's happening there. So excited to see that Nintendo is going to be using technology that's really going to help out when it comes to performance and when it comes to the look of the game. So what do you guys think about this overall when it comes to all the different topics that we went over? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out our other Nintendo Switch 2 videos and RPG videos right here on screen. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you for the next one. Peace.